To begin adjusting our images to the best quality possible, we're going to go to our Google Drive and you're going to need to download each of your images. Once your images are downloaded, you can now open it up in Photoshop. So under File, open up a file, go under select your downloads and select the individual image that you'd like to open. Once open, there are 3 steps immediately that you're going to take, and they're found in the image option in the top menu bar. We are going to do auto tone, auto contrast, and auto color. Now, if by clicking any one of these you do not approve of the changes, you could easily go back into edit and undo. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to try auto tone, auto color, and auto contrast and auto color. I think the changes are fine, and so I'm going to keep it as is. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need to adjust this image so that the edges are straight. But in order to do that, you'll notice that this layer, the background layer, is locked. I'm going to have to click, hold, and drag that lock into the little trash icon, and that will allow me to manipulate that layer. Once I'm ready, I'm going to head into the Edit menu. I'm going to transform, and I am going to you can distort or you can warp. Warp allows you a lot more flexibility in terms of the way in which you'd like to warp it, or you can simply distort it. Because we just need to adjust some of the edges, we'll start with distort. I want to make sure that each of my edges are straight, so from my ruler I'm going to click and drag my guides downwards so that I will know when I have a straight edge. And I'm going to do that on each of the 4 sides. Now I can go ahead and start clicking these anchor points and making those adjustments. Be careful not to distort your image beyond what it should look like. It should look as close to the original as possible. I'm going to head into the Warp menu now, under Edit, Transform, Warp, because I want to show you what that does as well. Notice how it gives you many more anchor points, and you can be a lot more finicky with your movements. Making sure all of my edges are straight and in proportion to the original image. Once I want to engage those changes, I'm going to click Return, and that will commit to those changes. The next thing I want to do is eliminate the carpet. So you'll notice the crop marks are already there and visible. If they're not, on the the 5th tool down in your toolbox, you will see the crop tool. Click and drag these down to your guidelines. And to engage those changes, once again, you're going to click the Enter or the Return button on your keyboard. And you're ready to go. I'm going to select the Select tool. The only other thing that you may want to do is if you find that your image is not in the correct orientation, you may want to go to Image, Image Rotation, 90 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise. It's also worthwhile to go under Image to check to see how large your image size is. You'll notice that your resolution is at 72 dpi and it's linked to the width and the height. What we want to do is resample this image, making sure that all of these 3 elements are linked. I'm going to change my resolution to 300. And that will give me a true print size. So it's approximately 7 by 10 inches. And that's great to start with. Click OK. Now you're going to go to File and you are going to save your image. And you can save them in your own individual folder, ensuring, however, that you always upload them to our Google Shared Drive.